So, welcome back to season review part 2. In part 1, we ended on a high, a 5-1 win away to Fulham. And the Arsenal fans were singing, "We've got our Arsenal back." This was a new Arsenal. This was an Arsenal that had changed. We weren't a pushover anymore. We went rolling into the Leicester game full of confidence, unbeaten, other than the first 2 games of the season. And it was the Mesut Ozil show. He absolutely run the game that day. He scored. He set Aubameyang up. He absolutely took Leicester to pieces in that game. Flicks and tricks, fantasy football. Yes, it was a bit of a slog, but at times our football was fantastic. The Emirates crowd were jubilant. Everyone was buying into Unai Emery's ideas at this stage. The players, the fans, everybody was on side. And then we bring Aubameyang off the bench. Bang, bang, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Fantasy football at the Emirates. And it was just an absolute joy to watch. When we left the game after that, everyone was absolutely buzzing. Unai Emery's Red Army, that was what the chant was as we're all walking out after the game. Everyone, the buzz around the ground was absolutely fantastic. It was like, we have genuinely got our Arsenal back. This is what we want to see. We want to see fluid fantasy football. We want to see tricks and skills and flicks. We want to see quick goals, bang, bang, kill a team off. Be ruthless with it. We'd started to see that. And that Leicester game was a massive, massive turning point for us because in games gone by, we had struggled a little bit. Yes, the Fulham away game, but our home form had been shocking. Our home form, yes, we'd won the games, but we had played so poorly in them games. So it was nice that the lads actually went out there, put a proper display on, put a display of fantasy football. You've got our manager walking up and down the touchline, telling people, pass to him, come back, do this, do that. Where's the manager playing with his zip? He was a thing of the past. So it was great to see. We've got an enthusiastic young manager. We've got players that are buying into his philosophy. Players that will run through brick walls for him. It was so good right now. And we won the game. 3-1, like I said. The Mesut Ozil show that day. Aubameyang with 2 goals. And we moved on. So now we move on to the League Cup game. And we play Blackpool at the Emirates. 2 red cards, 1 for each team. Matteo Guendouzi getting sent off. Lichtsteiner has scored a great goal in this game. And Emil Smith-Rowe. We ended up being victorious. 2-1 win. And the confidence is sky high right now. Arsenal fans are pinching themselves thinking, wow, we have gone all these games unbeaten. Nobody can beat us. The players are confident. The fans and the manager are confident. You can start to see what Unai Emery is doing with this team on the pitch. But everyone then writes us off. We take on Liverpool at the Emirates. Everyone's saying, you haven't played a proper team yet. You're going to get slapped by Liverpool. Blah, 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 blah. By the end of that game, and Lacazette's absolute banger of an equaliser, Jurgen Klopp was taking off strikers to see out the game. Another 5 minutes in that game, we would have ended up winning that game. That game, it had a bit of everything. It had Granit Xhaka running 50 yards to slide tackle Mohamed Salah. James Milner scored. They hit the post. They had a goal offside. We had Mkhitaryan wiped out by Alisson. But in the end, we drew at home to Liverpool, and it was one of the big guns, one of the title challenges they started at the start of the season. We got a draw out of that game. You could see the tide was turning for Arsenal. After that, we played Sporting Lisbon again in the Europa League, a bore fest at the Emirates, 0-0 in that game, and we rolled on. We took on Wolves the next game. Granit Xhaka, absolute liability, just letting the ball run behind him. Letting the guy go clean through on goal, they go 1-0 up. They should have been 3 or 4-0 up. Instead, 4 minutes from the end of the game, Mkhitaryan whips across and it deceives absolutely everybody and goes straight in the back of the net. And we grab an undeserved draw at home to Wolves. But this is the new Arsenal. This is the Arsenal that will not lay down and be beaten. They always come back. Even if they go a goal behind, we find some strength. The unbeaten run is still in full flow right now. Then we take on Bournemouth away. Brilliant first half. Then Alex Iwobi gives the ball away, trying to be flashing their penalty box. They break away. Josh King, 20 yards, top bins, 1 apiece in stoppage time in the first half. It took a quick free kick and Aubameyang, a pass from I think Kolasinac, to tap it into an empty net for us to walk out of there with 3 points as well. We are marching up that table after a poor start after 2 losses in a row. But now we are unbeaten for a considerable amount of time. We roll into December. First game in December, Tottenham at the Emirates. Nobody gave us a prayer. You're going to get slapped by Tottenham. They're going to rip you apart. You've not really had it tough yet. We start the game like a house on fire. Absolutely at them. Intensity 100. In their faces, pressing them, harrying them. Missing a couple of chances along the way. We then go 1-0 up. Aubameyang penalty. We're winning. We're coasting. The fans are on side. Everyone's rocking in the Emirates Stadium. Then they decide to dive. Heung-min Son dives. They equalise. They then get a penalty. Eric Dyer giving it all the shush and all that. Yeah? Really? Now we go into the second half. Second half, we go on and win the game 4-2. It was so comfortable in that second half. Great bit of play when we brought Aaron Ramsey on. He lays the ball back to Aubameyang. I was right behind that as he arcs that straight round Hugo Lloris into the back of the net. We are now 2 apiece. The fans believe. Lacazette a few minutes later sits Eric Dyer on his backside, puts one in, deflected off him. Where's your shush now, bruv? Where's your shush? We are now 3-2 up. Now it's a case of, can we hold our bottle? Can we hold our nerve? Can we see this game out? This will be a massive tipping point in our season under the new manager with the new work ethic for the team. Then Lucas Torreira gets fed through by Aubameyang, inch perfect pass. He's got Lacazette on the 6-yard line, open goal to square it to. But no, Lucas Torreira takes it himself, rips his shirt off and goes knee sliding into the North Bank. Absolute seams and limbs in the North Bank. We are now 4-2 up against the Vermin. This is a new Arsenal. We're now properly unbeaten. And that unbeaten run will be tested massively at Man United, Old Trafford, against Jose Mourinho's bus. They're in free fall as well. They can't buy any points. We can't buy a point at Old Trafford. We have got a disgusting record up at Old Trafford over recent times. And Jose Mourinho always beats us. It's going to be an interesting game. We take the lead. We go 1-0 up. Mustafi, their goalkeeper, at the time was probably the best goalkeeper in the world, flapping like butterfingers as Mustafi heads one in off the underside of the bar. We are now 1-0 up due to goal line technology. We're buzzing. The away end's ramping. Everyone's happy. Everyone's buzzing. Before we know it, Martial equalises 3 minutes later. 1 apiece. We cannot buy a break up at Old Trafford. We then go into the second half. Lacazette's on the pitch, forces Marcus Rojo into an own goal. And we are now 2-1 up. Everything's buzzing. Limbs in the away end. Everyone's thinking, yes, this is the season we actually beat Man United at Old Trafford. But before them celebrations calm down, Rat boy Jesse Lingard goes and sticks one in the back of the net straight from kickoff. Everyone's in shock. We cannot believe what we have just witnessed. We have taken the lead twice at Old Trafford, and inside minutes they have equalised both times. That is unfortunately the luck that goes against you when you go to Old Trafford as an Arsenal fan. And listen, at the end of the day, we drew the game. That was an improvement over recent years. Normally we get beaten every time we go to Old Trafford. But the unbeaten run's intact. We move on. Everything's happy. And until tomorrow for part 3, I'm out of here. Don't forget, go and check out my daily transfer update from this morning at 7 a.m. Don't forget also to do the same for tomorrow at 7 a.m. Subscribe, like and share. That close to 13,000 subscribers, so big up yourselves. I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.